Hi, welcome back to the video tutorial of Mentorship Program UI UX Design. The topic for our today's session is auto layout and its properties. We will see what exactly is auto layout, how we are supposed to use an auto layout, and what benefits do we get out of an auto layout when we use in our designing. So let's start with getting some elements on our design file, and then we will start working on an auto layout with them. Okay, let's say I have three shapes side by side. I will just align them slightly different. Okay, now I will select all of them together. The shortcut for auto layout is Shift A. Okay, as you can see, the auto layout arranged it in a proper alignment. Okay, I will just do a Control Z so that we can see that again. I will select all of these. Either I can do a right click and add auto layout, or as you can see it's Shift A, or you can create a frame. That's sort of a longer process, frame selection, and then each frame on your canvas you will have this option to convert it into an auto layout. So I'll click on plus. Okay, and as you can see now it's an auto layout. I will just do a Control Z once again. Now it is just a frame. This is the icon for the frame. It's the it indicates that this layer is a frame. Now as you can see, I will press Shift A and just take a look at this icon. Okay, Shift and A, and the icon changes to 3 lines. Okay, why 3 lines? Not because there are three elements, because it is indicating that elements inside this auto layout are horizontally spaced. Okay, now let's see. It gives you an option. This is the section where you can change all the auto layout properties. Now it gives you an option to do a horizontal layout or a vertical layout. I'll click on this and we will see what happens. Okay, so this is vertical, and as you can see the icon here is changed to a vertical layout. I will change it again to horizontal. Take a look at the icon. Can you see on the layer panel? So this gives you an option to change the orientation from horizontal to vertical. Now the spacing that you can see in between, if I hover on this, I am just hovering, my mouse pointer is just hovering, it tells me there is an 85 pixel space between each. Now where this is coming from, it's coming from this space. I will try and increase and decrease it, and let's see what happens. And this is how I can increase and reduce the spacing. Let's say we want a spacing of 20 pixel here. Okay, now so that's the spacing in between. Now let's say my section needs some sort of padding around these elements also. Okay, now what we can do is this is left and right padding, which is the horizontal padding, extreme left and extreme right, and this is for top and bottom. So I will add 40 pixels here and we will see what happens. 40 pixel. Okay, so as you can see now it is leaving space here. So any element that you add next to this frame, it will leave this space and it will always maintain this 40 pixels on the left and right. Let's add a 40 pixel on top and bottom also. Now it has a 40 pixel padding on all sides. Padding is the space between your main content and all the contents inside it. Always remember, the way an auto layout works is that I will go to the layer panel here. This is my parent object. This is my parent element. Okay, everything inside this is children. Okay, so everything I do to this, it will let's say the space that we have applied, it applies in between all of these children. So remember, this is child layer, this is parent. Okay, that's how an auto layout frame operates. Now so these are the auto layout properties. This is alignment. We'll come to the alignment. Right now we do not have a structure which requires an alignment, so we'll come to that. Now the left and right, we have just added a spacing here. Now let's say I do not want the spacing on right, I just want it on left. So you can make them independent by clicking here. Okay, so now this is my left padding. Okay, I want it to be 40. I will change it back to 40. This is my top padding, as you can see. Okay, I will change it back to 40. I do not want it on the right hand side, or let's say I just want it as little as 8 pixels. Okay, and at bottom let's leave it to 40. So this is your horizontal orientation. I can still change it to vertical orientation, and all my spacings will remain intact. Okay, vertical, horizontal, the in between spacing, and the padding around the content, around the children that we have for this frame. Now there are more properties. I will bring this back to 40 so that we have equal spacing around it. Now we will see how we can resize this. Now as you can see, the width and height, it is disabled. Now why is it disabled? Because currently the frame here, the auto layout here, is taking only the space that we have defined in the padding plus the space of these rectangles. Okay, so it requires, it will hug everything that's there inside it. Okay, so this is called hug. As you can see here, the property for width here is given as hug. That's the resizing property. We will change it to fixed width and let's see what happens. Okay, I am changing it to fixed width. Now let's increase the width. I am changing it from 750 to 1000, and now the width of this section has increased.